Alright, this is a tutorial on how to make a Garry's Mod map for straight up savages. Start by going to your computer, local disk, program files, Steam apps, common, Garry's Mod, bin. Scroll down to hammer.exe and double smash that right there, okay? This thing's gonna pop up. This is what you make maps in. Looking pretty blank right here. We're gonna go up to the top left and press that file button. Go down, make a new map. Alright, this is what we're looking at. We got some stuff. Over here is the camera, the 3D view, because you can see we're floating in space right now. This is the top-down view. This is the side view, and this is the other side view. Over here is the textures. So let's start by going here, press this browse button, and then type in DEV. That stands for dev. Go down here, and I love to use this texture right here. This is like the dev texture. Next, we're gonna go over here and press the block tool right here, and then go into the top view. You don't really do anything in this one except for look around, but in the top view is where you can build, and you can just click and drag, and make a good little square there. And I think you press enter. The keybinds might be a little different. And here we have a floor. And in order to move around in the camera here, just put your mouse, click it, and then press Z, and that lets you look around, kind of like you're in game. If so, you have this selected. Press Escape twice. Click on this thing, and then over here is the Entity tool. Entities are like cool stuff, like guns and people and NPCs and stuff. So all the really fun stuff, and we're gonna place a dude right here. And this it by default is a player spawn. You can double click it to see what it is. Info player start. That's a player spawn. If you do Control B, he'll snap to the grid. And if we come in, you can use WASD in the camera when you're hovered over it, and you can fly around a little bit. So by far, you should have made a floor and have a guy in it. Now, this floor is really thick, so we're gonna lower the floor a little bit. Go up here to the smaller grid. You see the grid size over here? Our little buddy over here is very small compared to the grid size, so we like to make it go down. Click it once, twice, and that's a good size for making maps. So you see the players 2x2 blocks, grid blocks here. Click the floor. You can scroll wheel to zoom in and out here, and then drag down, and then you can drag your guy down. See, I'm dragging in the front view. This is the up, down, left, right. This is left, right, other left, and other right. Keep your guy. I like to keep my guys a little bit off the floor. See, he's like right on the floor. I like to raise them up, raise them up. So that's our guy. Now we need some walls. So I'm going to go to the browse tool again, and I find this guy here. This is a good texture. So a cool thing is if you click something like a block, you click a block, and then you press the block tool. See how this turned red? I'll do it again. Click. See, it's like colored. It's like, oh, you've got this selected. Then you press this, and now it turns red. And then if you just drag, it'll match the length of that in that axis. You could also do it here. See how it matches the length? This is the other side view. You could also do it on the top, but you don't really want to do that because it matches the one variable that you can't see. So we're gonna make some walls. We gonna make some walls here. Bring this down a little bit. Actually, just kidding. Don't do that. Anyways, just make walls around your guy like this. And that. And this. Oh yeah, so you can click, and in the top down or the side views, you can hold shift and drag to make copies of stuff. So we can have 2-player spawns if you shift drag. Now we have 2-player spawns. Delete deletes things if you have them selected. Control S is to save. You could bang tutorial. I'm gonna save it as a tutorial. Now we need a roof, so I'm gonna click the floor, shift drag the floor up, and we have a sealed box. And everything in your level has to be sealed. If your guy is floating out, see he's floating out in space, then he will mess up the map. So all your guys have to be inside the house, inside the little map here. So this is our first room. See, don't worry about this. So we have 2-player spawns in a sealed in room. That's good. And basically all you have to do next is just you can build some cover maybe. See, I'm gonna build like a little cover here. 3 blocks high of cover. And then I'll drag that over here, shift drag, and now our guy can hide behind stuff. We have some blocks here. I'll change the texture so it's easier to see. Nice. And then I'm gonna spawn a enemy so you guys can see it. So shift drag a guy. This is an entity. So if you double click him, there's a ton of stuff you can change it into. But basically just type in NPC, and then you have all these NPCs. What is this? APC driver? No way. Citizen. So you could have a little dude. You could have I want a zombie man. So just scroll down, zombie. There we go. We got a zombie. You can also control C and control V. You can control Z. You can control X, V. Boom, bam. Now we have a zombie. And if you press F9, you can run the map as long as everything's sealed. Also, another important thing is you got to build on the grid. See, all these are on the grid. An example of what's not on the grid is this. You see that? That is the worst thing ever. I hate it. Everything has to be on the grid. So do that. Build it on the grid. And if you see this, see how the textures are flickering? That's because they're in the same space. The ceiling is in the same space as this, and it doesn't know which texture to show. So you just keep things out of each other and you'll be good. Alright, so F9 to run the map. And it should run. Did I? Okay. Yeah, you can hit don't run the game after compiling. So right now it will run the game after compiling. And it should go pretty quick. The bigger your map is, the longer it'll take. But I can teach you how to optimize the compiling time. And you have to compile your map before you can run it. But pressing F9 does everything, so you're good there. Other than that, just keep building on the grid. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment, or if you're one of the guys, just hit me up. One of the boys. There's better tutorials out there, but I know you guys will probably watch this one. So, anyways, we're here. You can see there's no lighting in the map. But this is our map, and this is basically all I need you guys to do is build some geometry that's yours, you know, and then you can start making textures and adding cool features too. But this is basically the basics. So see, we got some cover, we got the zombie that we spawn, and everything. See, it's all in a block. If you fly out of the map, there's nothing, And that's good because if you were out here, you would like the map wouldn't load. So anyways, I try to keep this video short. It's only 10 minutes. You can always pause it and watch it again if you get stuck, or just text me or whatever.